I have all the proof of Diddy's gay parties. When I tried to leak the proof, Diddy threatened to kill me. I also have videos of Diddy performing sacrifices.
Jakes used to come to my parties. TD Jakes also gave me young boys from church for sacrifice.
So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he'd have to lay some hands on somebody.
They showed TD Jakes hanging out with Puff Daddy at his party.
My Lord, my
TD
Lord.
Jakes sitting right there at Puff Daddy's party while pole dancers are jumping up and down twerking, and Bishop sitting there.
People in his company, you know, to do all these acts, deeds and stuff like that, paying the and everything like that. And they proved that, which they doing a hell of a job, a great job in proving that. I had to see, bro, because everything else basically is going to be proven or it has been proven.
How did Diddy look appearance-wise?
Thinner.
Okay, everybody, buckle up because I'm about to tell you something really explosive. We're talking about a full-fledged, shocking bombshell coming straight from Gene Deal, who lived in the center of the storm. So this isn't your typical celebrity rumor mill. Yes, the same Gene Deal, Diddy's longtime confidant and trusted ex-bodyguard, is coming forth with intimate information that will undoubtedly rock the entertainment industry to its foundation. Gene isn't only talking from the sidelines. He was there, saw everything, and is now disclosing information that has the potential to ruin one of the most well-liked characters in the game, TD Jakes. The worst part is that TD Jakes has established an unshakable reputation as a revered, even holy individual who has distinguished himself by leadership, faith, and wisdom throughout the years. He has developed a fan base that trusts in his moral character, his commitment to improving others, and his honesty. However, in Gene Deal's opinion, this persona? It's all a front, a well-crafted mask concealing some really sinister and unsettling realities.
America, look, what's gonna happen? Look at this. Look, TD Jakes, man, come on. He was at that party? Look, seriously?
I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons.
Hey, Bishop Jakes, how
What's
are you?
up, man?
Man, it's so good to see you.
It's better to see you. How you doing?
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the out. I don't drink, so I was playing that I don't drink. I smoke, like I smoke, and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take dick. I heard being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling. Like, yeah, I kept the phone and I recorded all this because I was like, this Diddy rich, so I'm finna put the squeeze on.
According to Gene, TD Jakes engaged in some very awful, strange conduct behind closed doors at Diddy's parties. The kind of upscale, private gatherings where the privileged socialize. That totally contradicts what he openly advocates. The jaw-dropper is this. Diddy documented this crazy side in addition to seeing it. More than a few clips. Diddy, according to Gene, retained every recording. Like an insurance policy, every damning second is recorded and stored.
Maybe that'll save some souls. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making man, he making the Christians look real bad right about now.
And you've been to these parties, right?
Oh yeah, I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards. So I know what goes on at the parties. If they probably got a little bit more freakier, you know, as time went on, you know, because they got to the point whereas that they didn't even care.
This goes beyond a little error or a bit of poor judgment. We are discussing a scandal so significant and devastating that TD Jakes' reputation might be permanently destroyed if those recordings are shown in court. From an insider's point of view, Gene Deal depicts a guy leading a double life, behaving one way in private and preaching another on stage. The public image collapsing under the weight of sinister, concealed secrets is a typical example. Gene claims that the recordings are Diddy's secret weapon as his trial approaches. TD Jakes' career might end as a result of the trial, and it could be more than simply a legal battle. Everything he has worked for, including his ministry, reputation, influence, and everything else, might be destroyed by the aftermath.
Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons: money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties.
It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TD Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
And you been to these parties, right?
Oh yeah, I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards. So I know what goes on at the parties. If, you know, they probably got a little bit more freakier, you know, as time went on, you know, because they got to the point whereas that they didn't even care. It used to be secretly, you know, where people used to go to, you know, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't doing that out in the public, you know. So, but now they don't care. Men kissing men and all this other stuff. That's just crazy.
Gene has a unique perspective because of his relationship with Diddy. He's not making assumptions or spreading unfounded rumors. He's sharing what he observed firsthand, what he knows for sure, and why Diddy is prepared to see this through to the end. Never before have the stakes been so high. Power and money aren't the only factors here. This concerns uncovering a guy who could have been living a lie all along, as well as the potential destruction that deception might create when it eventually collapses. Therefore, you should reconsider your belief that TD Jakes was invincible, because the game is going to alter due to Gene Deal's shocking discoveries. Is Diddy retaining those recordings? That is the secret that might lead to a controversy so significant that it could perhaps put an end to TD Jakes' life as he knows it. It's a crazy tale, it's startling, and believe me, it's just the beginning. Things are changing quickly, so you'll want to keep a careful eye on this area. The mega preacher Bishop TD Jakes, who is well known for his sermons and for creating a vast spiritual empire, abruptly announces that he is leaving his position as head of the Potter's House. And believe me when I say that this isn't only a peaceful way out of a little neighborhood church. This man's name is a byword for contemporary Black spirituality. Someone who has millions of people waiting for every word they say, whose sermons cause internet disruptions, whose novels are in high demand, and whose influence extends from the seats of the church to the largest boardrooms and stages. We are discussing a guy who has interacted with world leaders, celebrities, and presidents. A ubiquitous name with an influence that extends far beyond religious groups, TD Jakes is a cultural behemoth. People are thus instantly left wondering what's really going on here when he abruptly declares that he is bowing out. No steady fade, no gradual step back. Gene Deal now doesn't believe in new directions or health concerns, not at all. He said that this was a forced exit rather than a dignified retirement or personal decision.
That's why people get on my nerves talking about who you should be seen with. I do homeless shelters. I walk in prison ministries. I deal with murders. I deal with and kids because they're our children, our sons, and our daughters.
As a shock to many in the religious community, Bishop TD Jakes has been a spiritual advisor to presidents and a religious voice to thousands. Now he says it's time to pass the baton to a new generation.
This is a beautiful moment for me.
From the pulpit Sunday, Bishop TD Jakes announced that he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House.
And you know what? By implying that TD Jakes was much more involved in the Diddy story than anybody thought, Gene is seriously undermining the case. This goes beyond a simple acquaintance or fleeting connection. Bishop Jakes was so closely associated with Diddy's inner circle, according to Monique, that when Diddy's legal issues erupted, the Potter's House executives reportedly began to panic behind the scenes.
How you feel about these rumors surrounding, Diddy and TD Jakes?
Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You have to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he there to lay some hands on somebody. Maybe he there to save some souls. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making, he making the Christians look real bad right about now.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TD Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Good, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good because I know the truth.
TD Jakes, do not speak against homosexuality.
World-renowned Dallas pastor TD Jakes is named in a federal lawsuit against musician Sean Diddy Combs.
It's filed by a producer that worked with Combs. It discusses how the singer planned to leverage his relationship with the bishop to soften the impact on his public image of Casey Ventura's lawsuit. Ventura is a former girlfriend of Combs who filed her own lawsuit in November alleging abuse, violence, and sex trafficking.
Could this federal investigation